Karen will get a kick out of this because she absolutely knows we're like this. It's all about Karen.
Oh, about Karen.
Not really and truly. She has a mine strike in here on, let me look right here. Right here, June 2nd of 1952, the mine strike was started. And that was on June of 1952. In July 24th of 1952, the strike ends. So strikes in the mines.
Yeah,
they've been.
But can you imagine? That's summertime. That's when they did the most work.
Oh my.
Oh, that
So
would have been tough. Yeah.
She's got Ike's inauguration. She's got when Joseph Stalin died, and also when Queen Mary died.
So she not only did Rapids News, she kind of did
World
too.
News.
Yeah.
And this is the last page of this book. It's dated the month of December of 1953. This was a year before I was born. So in December of 1953, she's got that Grandpa was ill. Herb was his first name. So Herb is in bed. He went outside for the first time. Herb is back in bed. Dr. Erickson came up and saw him. Herb is still in bed. We've got mild weather, then we've got cool weather, and then they told Herb he needs to be up more. And Herb went to Dr. Grinley, who I absolutely remember. He was right down the alley from us. In fact, he was my dad's doctor. So this was in December of 1953, and what they didn't know and what was happening was he had had a stroke, and they didn't know what was wrong. And he suffered that stroke through part of December, all of January, and then he died the middle of February.
Okay.
Died the middle of February. So this ends in 1953, and in this book she's got the total sales up to 1958, but she never writes again about, writes again of anything that happened in the store, nothing that I've ever found. So this was her book, and it went through from 1937 to 1953.
Isn't that just wonderful?
And that's her journal. And this is absolutely my dad's handwriting, and it says, "Leave this book out." And I don't know what that means. Leave this book out, meaning don't get rid of it.
Don't get rid of it, or
so whatever else she had, I don't know.
Oh. Well, for us, these are treasures.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
there's so much information in there. People that died, people that got married, how many children they had, where they went on vacation, just many things.
Just a hive of information. Well, we're almost done with our time here, but we still have a couple more pictures to show. So in 1963, I have one from the Herald Review that is black and white. So this here is just a sign of the new, what I got from it. First of all, I saw the S&H sign on the side.
S&H green stamps.
So did you give them out?
We not only gave them out, we ordered S&H green stamp premium things. So you could bring your stamps to us, and you could look through the book, and you could pick what you wanted. In the back of the store, there was a big set of shelving that had percale sheets, both fitted and flat, twin and regular, because there was no such thing as queen and king. And they were 100% cotton. Many. We sold sheets, I can't even tell you. We collected green stamps, and then we'd give them back to the green stamp company, and I mean, it just went round. Our whole back room, I have thought about this. I remember the green stamp premiums coming. I remember, especially at Christmas time, the entire back floor of the store being covered with premiums. We do it alphabetical, so when people come in to pick up their item, we could kind of go alphabetically to go get it. I have no idea how we did that. We have so much freight nowadays. I have no idea how we did that. If we didn't sell as much merchandise back then, I just don't know, but there's not the space to do it today, even if I wanted to.
Oh, yeah. Well, then the next picture we're going to show is that in color, the same store sign in the S&H. So we have one black and white from the Herald Review, and then you had one in color. So
and yours is before mine.
Is
yours,
it? Okay.
Yes, yours is before mine, because yours still has the black glass on the bottom. And a car jumped the curb and hit this black glass and cracked it. And when that happened, this sign was brand new then. A car jumped the curb and hit that black glass. And so we were going to have to put in some kind of a front. And this was always hard to keep clean. And you know that from the historic,
Oh,
or from
yeah.
the Art Association.
Yes.
So they tore, I remember when they put that up, I remember thinking, you're not going to like that.
You're not gonna like that.
But live and learn. So anyway, they tore all of those out and they put in this bricking all around it and put in the new brown colored windows
Okay.
are in there. So that's
Okay.
how I know this is before this.
All right. All right. Now this one I might have out of order. I'm not sure.
This is actually no.
That's
This
yours?
is
Okay.
This
We're
is
doing
probably
good.
right.
Okay. Good. Good.
So there's
This
the
is-
old till, and there's
And that's your dad. Okay. This is your dad, and his name was
William Brier.
William. Okay, but you called him Bill.
They called him Bill or Billy when he
Billy.
was before he was married. Billy or the little wheel.
The whole little wheel. That
Oh
is
my
so
gosh.
cute. And then our last picture. Now, before we get to the last picture, when you came to BNI, you have to tell this story because you didn't join BNI because you knew everybody in town.
I knew everybody in town. I've worked for. This is actually my 44th year. I've belonged to BNI for 6 years, I think.
Okay.
But I was just sure that it would be, I don't want to say a waste of time, but when you know everybody and when everybody knows you and knows what you sell, that just means you don't need to go to a group. I mean, I knew everybody. So anyway, Sue Quila, who's a girlfriend of mine, she is a CPA and does our books at the store, mostly because she worked for Herman Johnson, and my dad always went to Herman. And so when my dad was getting elderly and his memory was failing, I went to Sue because I knew Sue, but I didn't know Herman as well. But Sue worked for Herman, so it was all okay.
Okay.
And Sue wanted me to join BNI, and I kept putting her off. And finally, one day I went, and there was probably 45 people in the group, and I knew 6 of them. And so I was born and raised here, worked all my life here, waited on men and women my whole life, and yet I only knew 6 of these people. So I absolutely joined this group. And since then, there was a few people in the group, one fellow in particular, Ben Edwards, who told me, he said, I know your store. He said, you're the place that sells suits. But we sell so much more than suits. We sell suits and Red Wing boots and hunting clothes and mock boots and long underwear. We're not just the dress-up man store. So many misconceptions of how I thought people depicted us. So anyway, BNI's been a great thing for
well,
me.
I think it's neat because, well, I never went in there because it was a men's store.
Yeah.
So get to know you just a little bit, and I just love it because, first of all, the blinged out purses have been such.
Oh, they're so much fun.
Man. And that was Wendy Uzelak. She's all in bling. So she goes, you got to go and look at the blinged purses. Well, then when I came in there and we decided to do something historic, because you celebrated 75 years of being in business, and that's pretty much getting to be one of the elderly stores here in town.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we're celebrating Grand Rapids State Bank for 100 years, but they started in Morba. A lot of people don't know, and we tell their whole story. So for you to be able to have generations of people that own it, now what do you think is going to happen? I know you have one son.
I have one son. He lives in Rochester. I seriously doubt that would happen, but
You never know that you have grandkids too,
you
though.
just never know. And I expect to be like my dad. My dad didn't quit working until he was 72, and he also didn't even leave the store until he was 75. I mean, he didn't really work anymore, but he was there every day.
But you have a long ways to go then.
Yeah, I'm not 60 yet, almost. So I wanna say one thing. When I look at this store, this was absolutely Grandpa Brier's store. Grandpa Brier built this store, and this was the store sign that he put there, and that was the store front he had. That is absolutely him. This store is absolutely my dad. This is how he saw the store. He put this sign up. It was a lighted sign. It was a sign of the times.
Yep.
New things coming. You needed to have a lighted sign.
Yep.
Then when I took over the store, I put this sign up. Not lighting, but we have lighted windows, and we do have a lighted Red Wing store, or a sign on there. But I think of that as Grandpa Brier, I think of that as my dad, and I think of that as me.
Yeah. Isn't
That's-
that cool?
You know, so
Put
it's
your own, but the same till.
the same till and the same inside.
Yes, the same inside. It's absolutely beautiful. So I hope that you've enjoyed our story today about a family here in our community, about a business that is still we're operating today, and just the cute things that we can talk about.
Absolutely.
Little things. So I hope that you stop by sometime at the Historical Society and tell us your story. That would be wonderful, that we can share with future generations.
Thank you, Lilah.
Thank you.